It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight we'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder playing against the Utah Jazz. Well, for Utah, playing above 500 in the last few weeks, not bad. They'd like to do better. We'll see if they can add a win tonight. And now around the halfway point, the novelty of the new season has died down, and we're still a long way from the playoffs. Shaq, how do the players maintain focus through this stretch? How do you maintain focus?
Well,
Have you maintained focus?
Easy. You're a pro, Ernie. Do your job. That's your job.
There you go.
You know, and not only that, you got to be a real competitor. You got to want to compete.
Yeah, good coaching, and the veterans can help you through this because the veterans have been here before. They can kind of lead you and guide you.
Do you feel focused right now?
Not at all.
No. Do you feel focused right now?
Never.
Well, that makes three of us. Here's Kevin Harlan. He's always focused.
We have the Jazz as the road team for today's Western Conference matchup. Well, the holidays always bring us some incredible NBA action. And that's certainly what we have in store for us today. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony. And we'll be catching up in a bit from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. And folks, bad news, Carmelo Anthony will not be in the lineup. He's out with an injury.
Kevin, he's only going to be out a short period of time. You know, he got hurt in that last game. Not available tonight, but they do expect him back soon.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. So on the floor for Utah, the tough defending Favors and Gobert make up the big men. Ricky Rubio is out there with Mitchell, and it's Crowder in at the small forward position.
Boy, how hard does Russell Westbrook attack the defense in the paint? He is fantastic at forcing the issue.
Free throw good, Westbrook.
Boy, what about last season for Russell Westbrook? Not only the numbers he put up, but the jaw-dropping plays he delivered, and he helped this Thunder team to a season where many thought they'd be out of the playoff picture. He gets them into the playoffs. Incredible journey.
He's off on the second. And for Westbrook, you have to look at his season in a historical context. It was so great. Doris, his contributions to his team in every facet of the offense, and how much his team depended on him from start to finish.
You're correct, Kevin, and it's not just the average of a triple-double, right? It went beyond that. It was his competitive spirit and a willingness to absorb the loss of an all-time great player, put his team on his back, and get them back to the playoffs. Truly incredible.
Now, here's Rubio. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. Clock at 2. And his first shot of the game, no good. And David Aldridge spoke with Quinn Snyder. David?
Kevin, they have a 2-0 lead in this season series, and I asked him what's enabled them to control the matchup so far. He said the interior defense has been one of the biggest factors. He said we have length and timing to send back our fair number of shots. That's an important deterrent for us, the intimidation factor. Kevin, we'll see if they can keep the paint on lock in this one. Back to you.
Good work, David. Thank you. It sounds like defense is going to be the key for him today.
And it usually is. They try to use their D to make life miserable for every opponent they play.
You're absolutely right, Greg. That suffocating defense has become a calling card. Nobody looks forward to... Stop it! The absolute ferocity from Russell Westbrook. The rim, my goodness, how you feeling?
That was a terrific replay brought to you by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Back to Rubio. Gobert, the screen. Favors with a screen on Westbrook. Rubio, the pass to Gobert. From deep. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City, fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
I think, Greg, you can't expect to win with that kind of effort. The defense was nowhere to be found, and it cost them all night long.
And Rubio kicks to Gobert. And there's the foul on Jay Crowder. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
The Thunder have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And Roberson kicks to Westbrook. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
Boy, the offense is really clicking. 4 for 5 from the field to start. Nice.
Now, here's Rubio. 8 points his last outing. Here's Crowder. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Kevin, I don't think the defense can do much more than that. Jay Crowder just exerting his will as much as his skill.
Here's Roberson. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Denver. Westbrook kicks to Roberson. Got a piece of it. Good D by Rubio. Jazz trail by 4. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on George.
Derek Favors undoubtedly has turned himself into a dependable power forward, someone capable of averaging a double-double in the NBA.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Did he lay an egg at the stripe in their previous game? Couldn't get anything to drop.
And that one falls for Favors.
And the thing that really sticks out when you look at Derek Favors, his defensive versatility. You know, he can guard the 4s or the 5s on the inside or out. And to have a player like that allows your team to excel.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And despite Favors' size and strength, he really moves his feet well.
And that's tremendously valuable in today's NBA. The ability to stay in front of smaller men in switches and pick and rolls. He has terrific lateral mobility.
Well, it looks like he's going to get the easy 2 points, but the defense recovers just in time to effect it.
Here's Mitchell. He's covered by Westbrook. Back to Rubio. From deep three-point range, it's hauled in by Adams.
And if you want to drive your coach crazy, this is a good place to start.
That is a ridiculous shot. I have zero idea why he would even attempt it at this point in the game.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Greg, the one thing about Patrick Patterson out of Kentucky, he is a smart basketball player.
Yeah, he's not the best rebounder or shot blocker, but the advanced stats love him. And he gets the job done at both ends of the floor.
About halfway into the season, Doris, teams are already separating themselves from the pack. What are some of the elements you are looking for right now as you take a look at those top teams and trying to figure out a championship contender?
So you know that line, it's about the economy, stupid. It's about the players, right? You got to have players. You got to have stars. The contending teams always have at least 2 or 3 stars. So let's begin there. The other part is you've got to have the right role players around the stars. Think about the Draymond Greens. Think about the Kevin Loves. Guys in those positions that are in support of maybe the guys who have the ball in their hands. Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, LeBron James. There's got to be an unselfishness, a professionalism, a commitment. All the things that make championships possible on any number of levels. You know, you see Russell Westbrook now, and you just assume he's going to put up a triple-double. I don't think we thought we'd ever see somebody average that for an entire season. But what an incredible accomplishment last year, and turn the NBA upside down with that feat.
That one is off. And Westbrook with an incredible year in the triple-double average. He also broke Oscar Robertson's record for most triple-doubles in a single season. Doris, wonderful ceremony with the two of them on the last day of last season.
What's incredible to me is Westbrook is already 4th on the all-time triple-double list. Think about it. He's in his prime, and he could pass names like the Big O, Magic Johnson, and Jason Kidd. This is truly extraordinary.
Well, the Thunder are not one of the best shooting teams from outside. We know that. They know their strength of their offense, Doris, lies in their ability to attack the rim and get shots in the paint.
Right, because you have to consider the Thunder last year were last in the NBA in three-point percentage, yet second in the league in points in the paint. So when they are able to get inside on a team, that is when they are at their most dangerous.
And George kicks to Westbrook. A three-pointer off the mark. Jazz trail by 4. Here's Mitchell. The Thunder pull it in. Westbrook's got his 3rd rebound tonight. And George, here we go. And it's in there. George has got his first basket.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
And Rubio kicks to Udo. There's the pick. Nice ball movement by Utah. Outer dishes to Favors. Adams brings the double team. Crowder against George. Out of bounds, Oklahoma City takes possession. Just a moment to look back at how things were last season for this team as we look at the shot breakdown for Utah.
And they really based almost their entire offense around the three-point shot. Spread the floor, space the defense, and if the deep shots aren't falling, at least it should open things up inside.
Oklahoma City leading by 6. Adams with the screen on Rubio. Westbrook passes to Adams. And Adams with the slam.
I'll tell you, Steven Adams can be a force in the pick and roll. There are not many defenders who want to get in his way when he's the roll man.
And Rubio kicks to Mitchell. Back to Rubio. Shot clock at 6. Favors with the screen. Shot off the pick. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
He does everything right except drain the shot.
It's Westbrook with the drive. Pulls up from the corner. Patterson can't get it to go. Jazz trail by 8. Outside Crowder. To the left wing. Outside Favors. Favors sets the pick for Rubio. And he comes off the screen to bury the jump shot.
But just so under control with the ball. Nice move by Rubio.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
And Oklahoma City going with a whole new group out there. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Urebko's checked in for Favors. Joe Ingles comes in for Crowder. Alec Burks checked in for Mitchell. And it's Dante Exum in for Ricky Rubio. Here's Abrinas. Burks covering. Stolen. Feeds to Urebko. The dish to Ingles. Pass to Urebko. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Exum. Misses the 3.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Passes it to Brewer. Over Ingles. And the bank shot is good.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Kicks it to Exum. Here's Urebko. That shot is off. So the Thunder will take it the other way. Dorsey talked about the evolution of the specialist, the pure 3-and-D guy, for example, who in that category are some of the best in your opinion.
Well, I'm so happy that Klay Thompson has evolved from a guy who believed coming into the NBA that he would strictly be a 3-and-D guy to a much more versatile scorer. But in today's iteration, I would have to say Danny Green won a championship for the San Antonio Spurs, doing nothing but absorbing the biggest threat on the offensive end for the opponent and then being able to make huge threes at timely opportunities. Patrick Beverley, another guy grinding it out, increasingly making shots, and of course tenacious on-ball defender.
And he knocks down the first one. And for a Jazz team that had patiently built itself into one of the top teams in the league, how tough is it, Doris, to lose a player like Gordon Hayward?
Well, it's brutal. He was their best player, an all-star, a huge blow. Because you think about Utah fans who have harbored concerns historically about the team's ability to retain star talent. This will feed those doubts, Kev.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Jazz trail by 10. Exum kicks to Urebko. Nice ball movement by Utah. Here's Ingles. Another miss by Utah. For Oklahoma City, they've gotten 8 of their 13 shots to find the bottom of the bucket. From 15 feet away, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Here's Burks. No good. Shot missing. Great D that time from Collison. To the left side wing. Abrinas the pass to Brewer. Outside Felton. Sinks the triple. Felton's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Urebko kicks to Ingles. The feed to Exum. Now here's Burks. He's guarded closely. There's the pick to end the run. Exum's shot is off.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Grant, that's good.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Exum kicks to Yarebko. The pass to Exum. He feeds it to Udo with his first shot attempt, and a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
Well, how about the outstanding vision from the crafty point guard, Dante Exum, seeing the floor beautifully.
Outside, Felton. Screen by Grant. Felton kicks to Brewer. Pass to Grant. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Grant's got his second basket of the night.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Burks dishes to Yarebko. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And that's a tough one, but on those illegal screen calls, the defender's never going to get the benefit of the doubt.
And that's true. The officials used to be pretty lenient on those, but not anymore.
On offense, here are the Thunder. They're on a 19-6 run. And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession.
A moment now to see the numbers for Burks. His last 10 games, averaging 9 points per game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular, and sometimes what you see is what you get.
There's no doubt. This is a guy who understands his role, knows he's got to give you quality minutes, and that's what they expect from him.
There's a screen. Exum with it. Now Felton defending. Here's Udo. And that comes off the assist by Exum.
Well, Dante Exum doing a little bit of everything right now. Pretty pass.
Felton kicks to Collison. Pass to Abrinas. He dishes it to Brewer. Back to Abrinas. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And from the opening tip, they have been in complete control of this one.
Yeah, you know, it looks like they've wanted it more. Outstanding hustle and determination throughout.
Yarebko kicks to Exum. Dishes it to Burks. Now here's Exum. He's covered by Felton. He used that pick to perfection. Exum's got his first points of the night.
Well, there's no doubt the motor Exum has. This guy is getting more and more confident to take these shots.
Abrinas the pass to Brewer. From about 19 feet. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
And you can't end the period any better than that.
Boy, you call that a perfect closeout. You love the aggressiveness on the offensive end leading to that final shot.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. Back to the action after this word. And power forward Patrick Patterson getting better every season. He said that his college career at Kentucky really helped prepare him for his life as a pro.
I think my 3 years at Kentucky, caused what I am now, as far as being a sound player, a guy who's not all about himself, who puts his team first and who works hard and who doesn't talk back, who doesn't do the negative things. He's a team player, he's a team guy, and he works hard.
Patterson Clark, exactly the guy he says he is, and that's why he's one of those glue guys you've got to have on your team.
And the kind of guy who his teammates love, because they know he's always going to have their back, always going to work hard, and always going to bring it.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And guys, we've seen the Thunder really take control here.
In that opening quarter, I don't know that you could ask for much more.
They've been simply outstanding, Greg, and let's see if they can build off this early lead.
We've got Nick Collison. Grant is out there with Brewer. Then there's Felton, and it's Abrinas in at the 2. That's the group for Oklahoma City getting going here in the second.
Well, Kev, how about Jeremy Grant playing to his strength, uses that athleticism to finish that one with authority.
So it's the Jazz now. 15-point game. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
They're the visiting team. It's a loud arena, very distracting at times, but simply no excuse for missing a ton of free throws.
Well, I couldn't agree more, Greg. Situations like that you hope build character. But they need to knock down the free throws, bottom line.
Yeah, just nice strength there, and then just off with the shot. And you look back early in his career, Rudy Gobert, he kind of clogged things up just as much at the offensive end as he did defensively. And I tell you what, though, he's made significant strides, becoming much less of a liability on offense.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Gobert. And Gobert last season with career highs in field goal percentage and free throw percentage.
And he averaged double figures for the first time in his career. If you ask me, he'll be a walking double-double in this league for a long time.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
Well, Rudy Gobert is figuring out how to play to his strengths, right? He's out there to board it, to reject shots, a terrific 5-man in the NBA.
Here's Abrinas. Burks covering. Abrinas' shot is off. Jazz trail by 14. Burks dishes to Exum. Jerebko kicks to Burks. And it's Exum in the corner. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Burks. This one for 3. The Jazz again can't hit it. Oklahoma City leading by 14. Grant kicks to Collison. Grant with the ball. He's against Jerebko. They get the rebound. Gobert with the block.
Well, this is the calling card of Rudy Gobert, a superb shot blocker. The wingspan is a thing of beauty.
Exum passes to Jerebko. Burks with it. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Drills it from outside.
Well, Burks is a lethal 3-point threat. This guy has such an effortless shooting stroke.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
Boy, guys, how about the offseason the Oklahoma City Thunder had? The acquisition of Paul George, one of the elite two-way players in the game, now playing alongside Russell Westbrook. Look out, everybody.
So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Derek Favors checked in for Jerebko. Crowder comes in for Joe Ingles. Mitchell, he's checked in for Burks. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Exum. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Here's George. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Westbrook against Rubio. He kicks it to Favors. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. In the corner, George with it. No good on the 3. And there's the foul. It's on Steven Adams. That's his first foul. Jazz trail by 13. And Rubio kicks to Favors. Gobert the screen. The Jazz working the ball around now. Feeds it to Mitchell. Tries a 3. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got his 3rd rebound tonight. Oklahoma City leading by 13. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Westbrook.
Unbelievable. Kevin, how fast does Russell Westbrook get off the ground? Defender, you're in trouble.
Utah's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Mitchell kicks to Crowder. Gobert the screen. Oh, that's blocked. George against Crowder. Roberson, that shot no good. So Utah will take it the other way. Mitchell kicks to Rubio. The dish now to Favors. Passes it to Rubio. The feed to Crowder. Kicks it to Favors. The rebound by Patterson.
Boy, that's high impact defense in the lane, standing tall to deny the easy bucket.
Westbrook against Rubio to the wing right side. 6 to shoot. Lets it go from deep, and he's good on the 3-ball. Roberson's got 5.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Crowder kicks to Rubio. Gobert the screen. Rubio dishes to Mitchell. Offensive rebound. Nice shot by Gobert.
Boy, the length of Rudy Gobert is awe-inspiring. This guy's so good on the offensive backboards.
Adams with the screen on Rubio. Westbrook kicks to Roberson. Off target from 3-point range.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
And Rubio kicks to Crowder. Gobert against Adams. Gobert the pass to Favors. He feeds it to Mitchell. Unloads from 13.
And the defense of Steven Adams is so important to this team. They depend on him to be a rim protector now.
Picked away. And now a fast break for the Thunder. Westbrook wide open. He fires from outside off the mark. Jazz trail by 16. Mitchell dishes to Rubio. And the pass to Favors. Gobert the screen. Shot off the screen. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. They faced off right here last time they met, but the home club just couldn't pull out the win.
Yeah, their last outing was a rough one. Have to be careful of falling in love with that 3.
Right, exactly, Greg. When the shots from the perimeter are not falling, I think you've got to go take it inside. It's as simple as that. They never altered their game plan, and it resulted in a loss.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
Russell Westbrook is an elite talent. He knows how to make tough shots.
This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line.
One shot behind the lanes.
Doris, with so many one-and-dones entering the NBA, do you think expectations are too high for these guys, especially from the fans?
I don't, Kevin. I think it depends on the talent that we're talking about. You know, I know Joel Embiid is a guy who didn't necessarily start right away, but when he was finally able to be healthy, it certainly didn't take him long to become a factor on the NBA level. No, I don't think the expectations are too high. I think these guys are accustomed to expectations, and frankly, their personal expectations are probably higher than ours.
I mean, look at the elite of these high school kids have been playing like in front of big crowds on a big stage for so long. It's second nature to them, don't you think?
No doubt about it, Kevin.
Now Rubio. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Clock at 6. Gobert with a screen for Rubio. Second shot opportunity, and Gobert with the lay-in. Gobert's got 5 points in the quarter.
Rudy Gobert is becoming a handful down deep. He's quick, he's confident, and he's got gorgeous touch.
Adams right side, out to the right wing. Roberson drills the three-pointer. Roberson's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for Oklahoma City. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Crowder goes in. Paul George with the steal. Here's Roberson. 8 points for him. And it's George finishing it off.
How about Paul George puts it on the deck, uses that explosive quickness. This guy is really hard to contain.
Utah has gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter, less than 20%, but they've continued to let them fly. Gobert with a screen on Westbrook. They set the pick. Rubio. And the wide open shot from Crowder. The three-pointer no good. Oklahoma City leading by 22. Here's George. And the shot is good. George has got 8.
Well, you've got to look at this guy's shooting as one of the main reasons they've been able to build this lead.
Westbrook against Rubio. Out left to the wing. Gobert with a screen on Patterson. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, Derek Favors has always gotten a lot of credit for his defensive abilities, but to me, his offense has come such a long way since he came out of Georgia Tech.
And Favors a good post threat. Doris, he can hit that hook shot with either hand.
And the footwork serves him well in the pick and roll. Even when the help is there, this guy can maneuver and create his own shot around the rim.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. And Doris, in the collective bargaining agreement, great news for retired players. Health insurance options, pensions will increase, tuition reimbursement fund. What does that mean to these players who gave everything they had for this great game?
You know what I love about this, Kevin? I think each of us stands on the shoulders of the people who came before us, right? Everybody is the product of all the experience that came before. So
yes.
You think back to some of the ages that shaped the NBA, the Bill Russell Celtics, the Jerry West Lakers, and then go on through the generations. It's important we acknowledge their contributions. I absolutely love what this CBA has afforded these retired players.
And I think the NBA actually has taken a lead in that among all of the national sports.
You know what, Kevin? I think the NBA, because of their great leadership, they're always opportunistic to say, how can we make it better for our players? How can we make it better for the fans?
And other leagues are following. Well said, Doris. Utah shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Nick Collison's checked in for Steven Adams. Utah also making some changes. Jerebko's checked in for Favors. Joe Ingles comes in for Jay Crowder, and it's Exum in for Ricky Rubio. And both free throws good for Udo. Here's Felton. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. And it's Grant in the corner. His three-pointer's off the mark. Jazz trail by 21. The rebound by Grant.
Boy, not enough spring in his step on the way to the cup. He actually short arms that layup.
Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Abrinas' shot is off. Utah shooting around 29% from the floor. A tough night for them all around on the offensive end. Now, here's Exum. He's covered by Felton. Jerebko kicks to Exum. 6 on the shot clock. Burks against George. Another miss by Utah.
And defensively, moving his feet there, staying right on top of the shooter.
What a great job contesting without fouling. Exactly how you want to defend the mid-range shot.
All going up court. And that'll be Utah as it goes out of bounds. Jazz retain possession.
Yeah, you go for the steal, but at least you do get the deflection.
Well, Greg, you make them reset their offense, right? It's disrupting their rhythm.
Corey Brewer's checked in for George. 1:56 left in the first half. Burks kicks to Exum. Burks sets a screen for Exum. And the 3 off target. Here's Oklahoma City now. They're on a 17-7 run. Here's Aprinas. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Udo picks one up. Of course, you talk about versatility of players, but as a broadcaster, you've been a courtside reporter, a game analyst, a studio host, you name it. What do you prefer to do? What do you like most?
There's no question about it, Kev. The analyst role is the absolute most fun. Now, the only thing that might push that over the top is to sit beside the great Kevin Harlan.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
And he makes the first.
And the Utah Jazz, historically, they've always been one of the better franchises in the NBA. And it was nice to see them back in the playoffs in 2017 after that 4-year rebuilding phase. It tied their longest playoff drought since the team moved to Utah.
Both shots good from the stripe. And this Jazz organization operating in a small market, but over the years, so competitive.
Yeah, you know, and a lot of times teams want to take shortcuts to contention. The Jazz know they're not going to win the free agent bidding war. So that creates a kind of discipline that they're looking to build from within.
That one good for 2. Udo's got 4 this quarter.
You know, you have to use the bounce pass in that instance to make the catch easier.
Here is Brewer. An 11-point game for him in the win against Denver. Felton the pass to Collison. There's the pick. Down low. He had stolen by Ingles. There's 53 seconds left in the first half. Burks kicks to Jerebko. Burks in the corner. He tries for 3. That shot missing, and it's Oklahoma City the other way. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points.
Well, he continues to have trouble with his shot, well below 50% from the field in this period.
And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Udo kicks to Burks. Pass to Jerebko. Over Collison. Utah gets it back, so he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. The Jazz have shot 75% at the stripe, 6 of 8.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. He hits the second from the line. Here is Felton. Just 3 on the clock. Jump shot is good. Felton's got his second bucket of the night.
High quality shot from Felton, connects there with consistency.
And so it's Oklahoma City cruising into the quarter break with a 22-point lead. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Coach Quinn Snyder. Quinn, what concerns you most about the first half?
Well, I think the tempo is in their favor right now. They're fast, and they're getting up and down the floor, so they're running out in transition.
Got to beat them to the punch. Thanks very much, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. There was no stopping Russell Westbrook in the first half. He had 13 points, 3 assists, and 4 rebounds. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
How good are these guys on the fast break? They're pushing the ball, finding the open man, finishing strong. They're at a breakneck pace, and if they can maintain this level of intensity in the second half, blowout city.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Utah?
Well, they struggle in a number of areas. Protecting the rim is really at the top of the list. They haven't made that a priority. They haven't put forth a whole lot of effort. You got to protect the rim.
That'll do it for now. The second half of action coming right up.
Welcome back to Oklahoma City, everyone. You can see Chesapeake Energy Arena there in the background as the cars stream down I-40. Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game. He has been everywhere.
And through the first 2 periods, it seemed he got to the paint whenever he wanted to, just a slasher's mentality.
You know, my favorite thing, Greg, I think he showed no fear in attacking the defense. He got on the interior with ease.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. So on the floor for Utah, the tough defending Favors and Gobert make up the big men. Mitchell is out there with Ricky Rubio, and it's Crowder in at the 3. Oklahoma City leading by 22. The shot by George, wide open. Here's Adams, and Adams with the slam.
Listen, we know Steven Adams is one of the best offensive rebounders in the NBA. You've got to have great awareness about him on the glass.
Well, Doris, beside what he brings to a team on the court, Steven Adams also helps the team in the locker room with his presence.
Yeah, there's no doubt. You can hear it in the way Steven Adams interacts with both the press and his teammates. He's a very personable guy. There's a sharp wit to him that can help ease tension within a team or sometimes, if necessary, with the media.
Pass to Westbrook. With the floater and the rejection by Favors.
I think you want to see more of this from Derek Favors. You love to see him be aggressive and try to send shots back.
They get it back. Lobs it up for Favors.
Well, after missing their first 3 shots, they finally get one to go in this half.
Thunder have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Here's Roberson. He's got 8. Adams outside. Outside Westbrook. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And Ricky Rubio, known mostly for his ability to pass it and create opportunities for teammates, but I think he's an underrated defender at that point guard spot, and maybe he doesn't get the credit he deserves defensively.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Westbrook. And Greg, for Rubio, his defense is something that isn't talked about, but is certainly present all the time.
Yeah, I mean, he's smart, fast, he moves his feet well, and has terrific anticipation with his hands. Great playing both on and off the ball, and just aware of his spacing and a player's tendencies.
And so Westbrook makes them both.
Hasn't Russell Westbrook matured into a spectacular leader? This is a guy his teammates look up to, and what a fearless competitor, guys.
And Rubio kicks to Favors over Patterson. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Patterson against Favors. 6 to shoot. George, a tad short, but it's good off the front iron. George has got 10 points in the game.
Well, that's really good patience in the post, right? Paul George, not a post man, but able to attack at the right moment.
And Rubio kicks to Crowder. Gobert, the screen. Nice ball movement by Utah. George against Crowder. Pulls up. He can't get that one. Good D by Westbrook. The Thunder have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. He dishes it to Robertson. Back to Westbrook. Stolen by Rubio. Westbrook with the steal. Robertson can't hit.
Well, yeah, I mean, you want to give your offense a chance, and that possession didn't do it.
Not at all, Greg. I mean, no reason for him to be taking these kinds of shots. He has only himself to blame.
And Gobert kicks to Crowder. Favors sets the pick for Crowder. 4 on the clock. Offline with his 3.
Boy, the way he's been going, he is not going to be the guy to turn this around.
Robertson, and that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got 4 assists in the game. Utah has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Utah calls timeout. And you watch the Thunder play, and they are just so physical with teams. They will bump you inside and outside and do everything they can do to let you know they are going to lock things down.
Well, look up and down the roster, Kevin, and you're going to see very physical players. Steven Adams and Russell Westbrook set the tone. But you can't expect to play the Thunder and not be needing a little ice bath after the game.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
I think they've got to ramp up the pressure. There's no excuse for letting them score at will in the paint. Make them feel you.
And who doesn't love stats? Here are some numbers for Westbrook. 4th in scoring, and his playmaking ability, unquestioned, one of the top 15 assist men in our league.
And as you said, one of the NBA's most potent scorers, always up to the challenge. His top 5 ranking has him right there with the elite. Rubio dishes to Gobert. Favors with the screen. They set the pick. Gobert the pass to Favors. It's deflected.
Well, persistent defense on the part of Patrick Patterson. This guy anticipates the shot and says, no, sir. Boy, he hasn't given them much of anything tonight. He's got to look for his own shot a little less and keep the ball moving.
Crowder with it. George picks him up. It's deflected. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. Here is the list of players with the most boards in the league this month. The NBA's leading rebounders. 5th is Rudy Gobert.
He must be spending a lot of time in the weight room because he's shown such strength under the basket.
And here's Westbrook. 15 points in the game. 13 feet away. That's short off the rim. And taking care of the ball has been a problem for him.
That's something they've got to fix. While the defense has been good, a lot of these turnovers have been unforced.
And George kicks to Adams. Here's Mitchell. He's covered by Westbrook. Rubio dishes to Mitchell. Gobert the screen. There's a good screen. Shot clock at 5. Gobert the screen. Favors. And there's Favors putting it right back in. Favors has got 4 this quarter.
Well, you like how Favors stays after it in that instance. When he's close to the bucket, boy, he's great at hustling for these second chance points.
Westbrook passes to Adams. Back to Westbrook. George against Crowder. It's blocked. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
You think about what Coach Billy Donovan has had to deal with in terms of his roster makeup in his tenure in Oklahoma City. You begin with Kevin Durant and Serge Ibaka. Then you lose both those guys after your first year. And now you add Paul George. Through it all, Billy has been able to keep this team competitive.
2 shots. Last on the first.
Free throw drops for Mitchell. And for Donovan, he came into a situation where success was expected. Not easy for a college transition coach. But at this point, he has overachieved.
Well, you certainly think that Billy Donovan deserves a ton of credit for the Thunder's success last season. Without Kevin Durant, the team easily could have fallen out of the playoff picture, but this guy helps the team move to a different style on offense and continue to keep the team competitive.
And the Jazz have been one of the more old-school franchises. Pounded inside, grind out victories. They're still a tough defensive team, but Doris, Coach Quinn Snyder is receptive to a wide-open style of play.
Right. Quinn wants them to play with pace, look for easy opportunities. He also likes power forwards who can stretch the floor. He understands that's the way the league is going, and he's on board with it.
And Rubio kicks to Favors. Shoots over Patterson. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Now that's where they want to go with the ball. They can tolerate a few misses as long as he gets his touches inside.
Takes a three. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Patterson's got 6.
Kev, Patrick Patterson showing off a little bit of his offensive ability. You've got to keep track of him because he can get to a few spots and do some damage.
Crowder kicks to Mitchell. Back to Crowder. Favors sets the pick for Crowder. Dishes it to Favors. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. 11 points in the game.
Now this is where Favors is at his absolute best. Close to the rim, he can make any move he chooses.
Screen by Adams. Outside Westbrook. George dishes to Patterson. Here's Adams. The shot that time, not on target. Gobert with the defensive effort. From beyond the arc, the Thunder pull it in. Patterson's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
Just can't find a shot. It's no wonder they're losing. I mean, he's been completely scoreless all night.
Oh.
Child, please. You can see Russell Westbrook building the confidence of his teammates, fires it to them when they're open.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Excellent work by the talented people in our production truck as well. And the Jazz call time here. And an impressive transition for Patrick Patterson, developing Doris into a stretch 4 in the NBA.
Well, think about it, Kev. This is a guy who only made 24 threes in 3 years at Kentucky. Now in the NBA, he averages over 100 a season.
So Utah ends up going with the new group. And we take a look here at the shot chart for Oklahoma City.
And the three-point game stands out as a major sore spot. It just has not been falling for him. I think at this point you start to get away from that shot. Try to engage in other parts of the offense. You don't want to hurt your team if that long ball isn't there.
Drains it from beyond the arc. Burks has got his second basket of the night.
Burks takes no time getting that shot up, ready on the catch.
Feeds it to Collison. Felton the pass to Grant. Over Urebko. No good from Grant. Utah has gotten 1 of 6 3-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. Exum kicks to Urebko. Burks dishes to Udo. And Jeremy Grant picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Now, here's Exum. He's covered by Felton. They set the pick. Clock at 6. Now, here's Exum. Tight defense on him. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Exum's got 6.
Well, the rise up and fire from Dante Exum, something he needs to do if the defense gives him space.
Here's Grant. Rebound, Utah.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
Yeah, starting to look like it's taking its toll mentally. He doesn't look like himself.
And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. The Jazz have been shooting right around 75% at the line, 9 of 12 so far. And the technical free throw is good.
Well, without great floor spacing, the Jazz have to work harder than most teams to find quality shots. They're very patient and methodical running their offense.
And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
All right, a chance to look at the numbers for Ingles. How last month turned out for him? He's around 6 points per game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular, and sometimes what you see is what you get.
There's no doubt. This is a guy who understands his role, knows he's got to give you quality minutes, and that's what they expect from him.
He just bangs down the one-hander.
2 very easy points right here. And the Jazz run a half-court offense. A lot of cuts and screens to create their shots.
Well, they are right near the top in what we call screen assists. Shots created off a screen. Ironically, not a ton of regular assists, despite all the passing required in their offense.
Shakes his man by using exceptional use of the screen. I mean, from there, it's smooth sailing.
Felton kicks to Abrinas. Here's the screen. Grant the pass to Brewer. Over Ingles. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
Well, he carves out the space he needs, just the finish was not good.
He kicks to Exum. There's the dish to Udo. Passes it to Ingles. And it's Exum in the corner. It's hauled in by Collison. Collison's got his 4th rebound in this one. Outside, Felton. Collison with the screen for Felton. And it's Abrinas in the corner. Takes the 3. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
Found a little room behind the arc and didn't wait around. He just let it fly right in your eye.
What a way to do it. Burks against Felton. There's a screen. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
Now, if you see Burks with a lane to the rim, he's going to flush it with power.
Felton dishes to Collison. And it's Abrinas in the corner. Oklahoma City moving it around. Shoots from 8. They grab their own miss. Grant, that's good. Grant's got 8 points.
And after really leaning on that 3-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Here's Brewer. And there's another one for the Thunder.
No hesitation when he saw the space the D was giving him. That's 2.
Exum kicks to Jerebko. They set the screen. And it's Exum in the corner. Off target from 3-point range. Oklahoma City has gone 2 of 2 from long range in the 3rd quarter so far. Felton the pass to Brewer. Back to Felton. And it's Grant in the corner. No good from outside. Burks. That shot missing. And so it's Oklahoma City rolling along with a 27-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. We'll return shortly. Now let's hear what head coach Billy Donovan was reviewing with his team in the huddle.
We've done a great job moving the ball. Let's keep the ball moving, extra pass, attack, pass, and play, okay?
Billy Donovan enjoying the activity his team is showing, the motion of his offense, just wants to see more of it.
Yeah, they're working together well. The key now is to try to do it consistently throughout the rest of this evening.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the 4th. They've got Corey Brewer. Kyle Singler is out there with Eustace. Then there's Nick Collison, and it's Ferguson in at the 1. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Here's Brewer. The rebound by the Jazz. Udo's got 5 rebounds tonight. Now, here is O'Neal. Burks kicks to Neto. And there's the feed to O'Neal. There's the pass to Burks. Leaner from distance. It's hauled in by Collison.
He really made that shot harder than it needed to be, and coach is not happy with that choice.
Pass to Eustace. Kicks it to Brewer. Collison dishes to Brewer. Over to the wing. Singler for three. Rebounded by the Jazz. Burks with it. Neto kicks to Bradley. Burks, the pass to O'Neal. Bradley dishes to O'Neal. Pass to Neto. Udo with the ball. Picked up by Collison.
And the fadeaway was the only option he had on that one. Defender there all over.
The offensive rebound. Brewer. And he's fouled on the shot. One free throw coming up.
And buckets like that have been hard to come by. Not the most exciting game. Both sides look way off in terms of their shooting.
Well, you have to appreciate the defensive battle for sure. Both squads struggling on the offensive end. We call this grit and grind.
One shot.
That one misses for Brewer. The one thing we saw with the Thunder last postseason, Doris, is that when Russell Westbrook comes off the floor, this team sometimes lost its direction.
Yeah, but now with Paul George in the fold, it makes sense to stagger their minutes. That way they won't have such a dramatic drop-off if Russell Westbrook leaves the floor.
There's the pick. Collison kicks to Brewer. Pass to Ferguson. Nailed from three-point land.
Three-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Burks kicks to Bradley. Here's Neto. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Bradley can't get it to go.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Singler, no good.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
No, exactly, Greg. Especially when the ball is that deep inside. You've got to respect how he altered that shot.
Here's Ferguson, and the layup falls.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, really good awareness by the scorer. You're seeing an opening in the defense and exploiting it beautifully.
Now Burks. Off target from outside.
I'll tell you, he's had a tough night. And if you're going to shake out of a slump, he is not going to do it with those kinds of shots. You can see the reason it can be a tough day down low, and he's going after it on the glass. Some serious length to contend with. Boy, you can't pin their struggles today on him. He's been on fire from the field.
Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Here's Ferguson. He feeds it to Collison. And it's Singler in the corner. No good on the three.
Boy, for a capable three-point shooter, that's one he expects to make.
Neto kicks to Udo. O'Neal passes to Udo. Nice ball movement by Utah. Now here's Burks, covered by Brewer. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots from the corner. No good off the back of the rim. Oklahoma City shooting just 30% from the field here in the fourth. Here's Ferguson. The pass to Eustace. Jacks up a three. Cans it from downtown.
And when you're down this many points, hard to justify leaving a good shooter that wide open.
Right. If you want to get back in the game, you simply can't afford to let long-range shooters get comfortable.
Neto, the pass to Udo. He dishes it to Burks. Shoots from 12. It's hauled in by Collison. Collison's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Here's Ferguson. Dishes to Collison. Singler against O'Neal. And Singler kicks to Brewer. Another shot, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And the foul goes against Utah. Of course, not too long ago, changes were made to the intentional foul rule. In your observation, has this made a positive difference?
Well, I certainly love that the away from the play fouls were extended to include the last 2 minutes of each period. I don't think you should necessarily give an advantage to a team that is playing from behind by intentionally fouling a poor free throw shooter. So that's one. I do believe now the bigger issue in the NBA has become the shooting fouls where the shooter is launching himself into a defender. I think that the NBA will take a hard look at that and make any necessary change, Kev.
Totally agree, Doris. And I don't want to pinpoint one player, but James Harden has made that an art form.
That's correct.
And the Jazz with some changes. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Udo. And it's Mitchell in for Burks. Second free throw, no good. Utah's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Neto kicks to Gobert. Here's Neto. Gobert the screen. Here's O'Neal. The second chance effort. He takes it up and lays it in.
They've cashed in on a lot of second chance opportunities here in the second half. That extra effort will help them cut into this deficit.
Singler against O'Neal. Collison, the pass to Ferguson. From 13 feet, it goes down. Ferguson's got 7 now in this quarter. Ferguson's gotten 3 of his 4 shots to fall, hitting 75%. And Gobert kicks to Mitchell. Back to Gobert. Neto, the pass to O'Neal. Gobert, the screen. Mitchell kicks to O'Neal. Another miss by O'Neal. Oklahoma City's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Doris, we know coaches need to win to keep their jobs. However, they need great players to win, which falls on the shoulders of a general manager. So why are more coaches fired for poor team performance than GMs, you think?
You know, I think what's fascinating to me, and this is a supposition I've heard other broadcasters talk about, which I believe should be instituted. Instead of just showing the coach's record on national broadcasts, why don't we include the record of the GM? Because the coaches are not ultimately responsible unless they're responsible for both jobs, which we do see on occasion. But to me, the general manager has a significant role to the win-loss record, and both should be included.
And maybe when the owner says, hey, I'll pick the coach, it doesn't affect you. But if you pick the coach, you're tied with that coach. You're joined at the hip.
Great point. Great point.
And the Thunder making a change here. Abrinas is checked in. Singler hits them both. And it's Utah's ball. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Bradley dishes to Mitchell. Neto, the pass to Bradley. Gobert, the screen. Here's O'Neal. And it's good. He planted his feet on the pick and shielded the defender off.
Boy, excellent team basketball. Used the screen to free himself up and drill the jump shot.
Here's Ferguson. And Singler kicks to Collison. Gobert with the block. Here's Neto. Feeds it to Gobert. Gobert, the screen. There's the dish to Mitchell. Pass to Neto. Nice shot by Gobert. Gobert's got 4 points in the quarter.
Rudy Gobert, an athletic monster. He fends off the defense with an amazing finish.
Pass to Eustis. He kicks it to Single. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. They set the pick. Shoots off the screen. Abrinas' shot is off. Utah has gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Neto, the pass to O'Neal. They get it again. Bradley dishes to Mitchell. The feed to O'Neal. And All-Star Week, a fan favorite, certainly, Doris. We all love it as broadcasters, as fans. But are there any changes you'd like to make in any event or the weekend overall?
Well, I think one thing that would be fascinating to me is to see the best players, for instance, the Klay Thompsons, the Steph Currys, those people, the best shooters in the league, participate in that particular three-point contest. Think back to Larry Bird when he walked in the locker room and said, who's coming in second tonight? Like, those are great. We can't get enough of our stars. I'd like to see the stars have to participate in at least one event, Kev.
Good thoughts. Neto softly drops in the floater.
Boy, what touch. You know, a lot of guys don't have the kind of feel necessary to make the floater.
Here's Ferguson. Up again. Gobert pulls it in.
I'll tell you, they've had to look elsewhere for their scoring, and they've gotten it. This guy has had very little impact on the game offensively.
Kicks it out to Bradley. Got a hand on it, and it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here. For the Thunder, Jeremy Grant comes in for Kyle Singler. And it's Felton in for Ferguson. Utah also making some changes. Urebko comes in for Bradley. And it's Dante Exum in for Raul Neto. Off the inbound pass. Connects from three-point range.
Perfect example of how to set a great screen. Set your feet, stand firm.
Oklahoma City has gotten off 4 three-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Felton kicks to Grant. Pass to Eustis. At the elbow, it's Collison. Outside for Felton. Right wing. Clock at 4. Grant the pass to Felton. And it's going to be a 3-second call. Doris, for you in evaluating how good a player was over his career. You can look at analytics, statistics, whatever avenue you want to take. How important are the rings, the championships in that equation for you?
You know, I know there is some conversation that's saying if you don't have a ring, your career wasn't great. I would say this to you. Karl Malone and John Stockton are in no way diminished in terms of their Hall of Fame credentials simply because they lacked a ring. Sometimes it's the era within which you're operating. Michael Jordan was the greatest player of his generation. Some would say the greatest player of all time. I would say that Karl Malone and John Stockton, unfortunately, were at their peak, in the peak of maybe the greatest player, Michael Jordan. So in no way is someone like Patrick Ewing diminished in terms of his stature and greatness simply because the Knicks were never able to break through. I don't buy that argument.
You frame that so well. Three-pointer, knocks down the 3-ball.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Thunder.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so they'll stretch their victory total to 19 on the season.
And really, they finally got something good to happen against this team. The last 2 games they faced them weren't nearly as productive.
And we watched them all night long. No one could really stop them. Just another excellent game it was for Russell Westbrook.
Boy, their ball movement was terrific, and I thought he was the key to that. This guy conducted the offense, kept everyone involved, and spread the basketball.
Eustis kicks to Grant. And here is Felton. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. They poured it on tonight Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. Here with Corey Brewer. Great job out there tonight. Seemed like the team was very cohesive. What's working?
You know, we play as a team. That's what we got to do to win games. And, you know, we're able to get up and down, play fast, and free-flow basketball. When we're knocking down shots, we're a really good team.
Corey, thanks for the time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. So long.